Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Take the Fear Out of the Gear with me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And me, Mr. Jason Bangers. So I brought it to my attention because I wasn't checking properly on the YouTube channel, but we had a comment on our last video, which was, I think it was just the RD8, wasn't it? We were showing you how to save patterns on an RD8 and on a Crave. And some chap, in fact I've got his name written down here, I don't know how you pronounce that, buddy, alright, so forgive me if I got this wrong. D has. So it's the letter D, H-A-Z-Z. So I don't know if that's D Hayes or D has, but I guess it's D has. D has got everything, I guess.
Sounds cool to me.
And to quote D has, I'm having a hard time syncing my Crave with the RD8. Can you explain to me how to do it? Question mark. Well, that question mark still remains, brother. So obviously we need a MIDI lead, don't we?
You can.
This is where it gets confusing.
Yeah,
guys.
you can sync them with the MIDI lead. However, we've spent a bit of time this evening.
Well, let's be fair, you've had about an hour
to
play with it, that's all you've had.
And if you MIDI them up, if you take the MIDI out from the RD8 to the MIDI in on the Crave, start your drum beat, mostly all it does, the RD8 is playing random notes on the Crave.
Yeah, it's not usable.
Not really, no. And the same if you do it the other way around. If you go out of the Crave on the MIDI into the RD8, it does the same and start the sequencer.
We couldn't reprogram anything either way,
No.
could we? Couldn't actually get a tune out of it.
And again, it plays random drum sounds the other way around. So
yeah, you need to know your ins and outs with these machines for this, I'm afraid, guys. You really do.
And they're both so new, we haven't really had a lot of time to spend on them so far.
As much as we love Behringer's new products, and we do, Behringer, we like your new products, and you're not very informative about them. I don't know if it's because you don't even know yourselves yet.
Here we go.
So there's the two, man. That is running that.
So on the Crave here, we've got the patch bay, and we've got the outputs on the patch bay. And what we've done, we've plugged this end, these are like the little patch leads you get with the Crave, which is handy. We've plugged this end in on the assign output on the patch bay, and then on the RD8 we've plugged it into the clock in. So yeah, it starts the RD8, and then the pulses tell the RD8 what tempo to play at.
Yeah.
And you say, well, how do you set up your Crave to do this? Well, let's have a look. The manual helps a little bit.
You do need a RTFM, folks. Let's read the fucking manual. So yeah, you got a little bit of help from a chap, didn't you? Guy on YouTube that had some info, didn't he?
Yeah, it's the guy from, can't remember his name, but it's his channel's called Molten Music Technology, and what he was doing, he was syncing up an RD8 to the new Behringer MS101, which is the copy of the Roland SH101. Bit easier on that one because you can go from the clock out on this to the clock in on the MS101. So that gave us a bit of a clue. That sounds shit.
No, it's good. I'm just pulling faces.
Oh, right. I just wanted something.
No, it's good.
So, with a little bit of help from him and a little bit of help from the manual, page 41, this is what we did. Because basically, you've got the output assign on the patch bay, and what you need to do to make the clock come out of here is you have to hold down the rest button and the shift, so those two buttons on the end, press number 8, and that puts you into the right mode. Then you press the step button like that, and then if you look at your manual, we found the best one was setting number 3, which was sequencer clock 2.
For the tune we've got anyway, for this particular tune, it's not a tune.
It seemed to work well with the RD8, didn't it?
Yeah, for the rhythm pattern and what we're doing, that is the better. This is the better selection. Not necessarily going to be the best selection for yourself, but there are other selections you can choose.
So yeah, you press 3 on there to select number 3. Then to get out of that mode, the hold, the shift, number 8 again, and you're back into that mode.
Which mode?
Normal playing mode,
okay,
back into normal sequencer mode.
Yeah.
And the other thing you've got to do, you've got to press the settings button, you've got to press clock.
Oh, that's what that's for, that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what that was for.
Then you press the tap hold button once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and it says analog clock.
Good grief, it's so complicated.
And then it comes up, you can go from...
Channel numbers, is it?
It's pulses.
Pulses, right, and
So
that says 2, yeah?
Yeah, we got it on 2 pulses. It goes from 1 to... I can't remember.
If you know your shit, you'll understand what this means.
Yeah, maybe 256. But anyway, we've got it on 2 pulses, and you just alter it with a, like, let's have a, no, it goes up to 48 and down to 1. So there we go. So we got it on 2. When you put it to 2, press the settings button again, and you're in business. So basically, to explain, that's on 2 pulses, and then we've got this output in 2 pulses.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is the best we could come up with. So when we hit play, if I turn that down a bit, on the RD8 it's showing a tempo of 90. So if I turn the tempo up on the Crave,
yeah, it's changing the, yeah.
so what are we at now, Jay?
128, 131, 132.
So,
yeah, so that's probably running that drum machine for sure, yeah. It's not straightforward at all. None of it's straightforward. It's easier on other synths, actually, to be fair, isn't it?
yeah, like the Molten Music Man, the MS-101's got a clock in,
Yeah,
so you
it
can
was
just go
easy.
Clock out to clock in, but this is a little bit different.
If anybody knows about these two linked together more than what we've just explained, please tell us on a comment, because we'd like to know ourselves. Do you know, I thought these patches here, I thought they were all literally just for putting your sounds in and out. I didn't realise you had clocks out and bloody hell, you got control
oscillate.
voltage and gates and
Yeah.
noise gates. And
No, I suppose the one thing you can do, if I turn it up a little bit, if we start it up again, you can change your patterns on the fly, so you can go from that one to say,
crank it up and do it, dude. There's that cowbell you know so well, baby. That's good, isn't it?
yeah.
We do hope that's been useful. It's hard to find stuff out there. There's plenty of things explaining this working something else or something else working this, but not these two together. Hopefully this is the first. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Take the Fear Out of Gear with me, Jason Bangers.
And me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And we'll see you on the flip side, guys. Toodaloo.
See ya.
Hey, diddle diddle, the cat played the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon.